So, oh god of war, I'll bet your tasks for me are fighting related.
You bet they are! Ooh, sweet vengeance! I'll bring the pain to Typhon soon enough! But first, his Spartai soldier punks who mocked me when I was a little lost bird need a talking to. There's some badass armor in it for you. Loot it right off the thugs.
That wasn't smart of them. Who mocks a guy whose last name is of war?
Spartoi were created with brawn, not brains. But I want you to show them how short-sighted they were. Ruffle their feathers and stuff a pillowcase with them.
I'll track them down for you.
The other task I have for you, its importance is immeasurable. It involves a bronze pot. And that's all I say.
That sounds familiar. This wouldn't be the same pot that trapped you.
No! All you need to know is that I need that pot. You'll find it in Clashing Rocks. Bring it here intact, and nobody gets hurt.
Say no more.
After killing the Spartoi soldier for Ares, Fenyx found a piece of broken armor. He would have to find its other half.
Lucky Fenyx! Exacting vengeance. It's my favorite hobby.
After looting the other piece of armor, Fenyx discovered it wasn't in good shape.
Not like there's a whole land dedicated to forges or anything.
This is it. The famous bronze pot. I'll bring it back to Ares. I killed the Spartoi soldiers, like you asked. Consider yourself vengeanced.
Excellent! I mean excellent! I was a chicken for too long. Oh, the nightmares.
The battle armor on them was all banged up.
I hate to admit it, but Hephaestus' forge on the northeast side of the island could fix it up.
Was that a compliment? You have changed for the better.
But watch out for the idiot in charge.
I stand corrected.
A good warrior needs great armor. Swords don't mess around.
I found the pot you wanted.
Aha! Yes, give it here. Gently.
I know this pot from my stories. It's the one that Otis and Ephialtes trapped you in, isn't it?
They didn't trap me. I fell in. Anyway, this has nothing to do with that. I hid something important in there. Something only someone of your size can get. In you go.
What did you hide?
Listen, okay, punk? This is an emergency. Remember how I told you my daughters, the Amazons, weren't talking to me? Well, a while ago I borrowed Aphrodite's girdle to, you know, try it on, as one does. I didn't know I was going to end up trapped in that pot. I lost the girdle. I couldn't go back in there to find it. Never again.
What does this have to do with the Amazons?
I'd given their queen, Hippolyta, a girdle as a present. So I just, you know, borrowed that one back and used it as a decoy so that Aphrodite wouldn't notice hers had gone missing.
Hold on. So now you expect me to go in there so that your daughters will talk to you again?
More so that Aphrodite doesn't notice her girdle now shoots fire arrows. But yes.
Fine.
Thank you, Fenyx! You're a loin saver! Just lean in. Now!
It worked! I'm in a pot. Hello? Ares!
I hear you and see you, tiny warrior! I'll help you from up here!
You know, you could have jumped inside the pot, and I could have helped from out there.
So this was Ares' humble abode for 13 months. Very humble. A lick of paint on the walls, a couple of throw rugs would have killed him.
You were the one who ordered revenge on the Giants, remember?
Hey, they made a move on my wife. I don't share.
She sure does.
Is this?
Oh, yeah! Aphrodite's magic girdle! Jealous?
Wow! Should I be touching this? I wouldn't want to set it off.
Relax! It has to be worn to trigger its magic of desire! Now stop squirming and bring it back! And remember, you never saw it!
Right away! I mean, so what? Huh? Oh! Hey, Ares! A little help?
Prepare to be shaken, not stirred!
I can't believe you spent over a year in there. My back's all cramped.
The panic never leaves me. Now, where is it?
Aphrodite's girdle? Right here. It suits you. Sometimes it's better to make love, not war.
If I admit you're right, never tell anyone anything about this.
You have my word.
You're right. Now it's time to play Switch the Girdles with Aphrodite. I wonder how many bruises I'll get this time.
You say that like it's a good thing. Oh, got it. Enjoy. You did this looking for the clue, didn't you, Phosphor? No. The hollowed-out beauty of violence is a gilded handle set upon the knife's blade. I heard that once. These people's poor houses. You may think I'm weak, but at least I try to live for something more than my own pride. Can you say the same? A clue! Where wild bears roam, King Cocolus's riches lie cold, waiting to be woven into temples and gardens, warmed by the blood of my heart and the fiery springs of my tears. Speak aloud, my beloved, as you turn the key, and you may enter my treasure room.
At the foot of the grand statue was an anvil. Itself not a beautiful thing, but the base upon which beautiful things are born. And here were Hephaestus's tongues, which he plunged deep into scorching fires and frigid waters.
Plunged!
Only in those extremes could his creations be perfected. What?
You know, that's all. All the play he's getting. Because you know all of him. In the looks department. Because he's
Are you finished?
Yes. Yep.
Finally, after much climbing, Fenyx reached Hephaestus's hammer.
Sorry. I'll stop.
Ah, the Forge Lands. The many workshops. The soaring peaks.
Are we on a guided tour here or something?
The ancient creations, wasted by Typhon's endless appetite for destruction. Oh. Someone down there was alive, working, and seemingly happy.
Definitely not Hephaestus then. That whining, sniveling coward never smiled a day in his life.
Have you listened to a word of this story? Things have changed.
Okay, and maybe I'll put just a happy little smile there. Good.
What are you doing?
Nothing. Nothing. Well, something. One thing.
I'm Fenyx. Who? What are you?
Dialogue. With me. Okay. We planned for this, don't we? Who or what are any of us? We are what we do. I am arting, so I'm some kind of artist. Clearly, you are appreciating that art, so are an appreciator.
I'm a warrior. Or the sibling of a warrior. I'm warrior adjacent. Anyway, I'm here to stop Typhon.
That checks out. You didn't look like much of an appreciator, no offense. But maybe this will change your mind.
A little box?
What? No, that is so my last phase. I signed it, though. You can keep it. No need to thank me.
I can't read this. You're a sculptor. I scaled your statue. You're Hephaestus, right? I'm so excited to meet you in person.
So, not that one. Fine. That's fine. Totally fine. But I have others.
We need to find your essence so we can defeat Typhon. Do you know where it is? No?
Confusion or rapture? Are you rapt?
This is just my face. How can you art at a time like this? Don't you know what's happening?
I think it's safe to say I do not.
Typhon? Everyone turned to stone? Gods all lost their essences. Evil monsters everywhere. End of the world. You really have no memory whatsoever?
Who needs the past when you can shape the future?
It'd be easier to shape the future with hands. Typhon stole them, I assume. Ripped them from your limbs? Tortured you endlessly? Something?
You really need to sit down with this Typhon guy. Talk it out. And no, my hands had enough of making art and scurried off together.
They can't have gone far. And who knows? Maybe if I get them back, they'll jog your memory. Save the applause for when I come back.
I could sculpt a tree with happy little tree friends. Do trees have friends?
Please, don't make me go back.
How handy. Yoink. Forgetful automaton thing.
Artist works.
That's what I said. Look, I found your hands.
Industrious, Typhon-obsessed appreciator. You are full of surprises.
hold still while I just... What was that?
No idea.
Still no memory, huh?
No. Well, maybe one. I worked there.
Pearl in rough seas. Forge fires lit. A wise child convinced. A feather's weight of wit. Forge fires lit? Forge fires lit! Your forge is part of the prophecy. It must be the answer. You have to remember. The forge! The glowy blessing thingy that just came out of your hands! You are a god!
Flattery! I think you're great too.
No! An actual god! Back home, I told dozens of different stories about you. Myths, legends, gods, monsters, all of it. You're Hephaestus, the god of the forge. Remember?
I always thought I was a Jerry. Paul, maybe.
This isn't working. We have to jog your memory to find your essence. I need you to think. How do we start the forge?
Ventilation, shafts, tunnel, air to 4 coal-burning furnaces. A network of canals must feed frigid waters through water wheels to the summit. Central combustion is controlled through 2 mechanisms in the forge core.
How do you know that?
Know what?
Forget it. Unblock vents, start fires, spin water wheels. Then something about mechanisms. Stay here and make sure those hands don't go anywhere.
Never before had a mortal laid their eyes upon something so grand, so gargantuan, so spectacularly crafty, so...
Over it! Just get a room already!
Well, I would if I could. Hephaestus' forge is that incredible.
This means fire. Makes sense for a forge. And that one could be a hammer. Hephaestus has the mightiest hammer ever crafted. That glyph, I think it represents this forge. And that one matches the statue outside. These are some kind of clue. Hephaestus, you're here!
It's like the forge was calling me. I couldn't ignore it.
About that, I cleared the vents, started the fires, and got the water wheels moving. Even unlocked some strange glyphs inside, but nothing happened.
Well, I was talking to my cats as well as, and they said they're the key to restarting it. They have to touch things.
Now we're talking.
Zeus!
This place is ancient. They say you built this entire fort yourself.
Me? But it's so grim, so dirty, and that lighting.
Wait! We don't know what that does!
My little one. Aren't you industrious? A shame your labors have been wasted on mediocrity. The disfigured god's past is a cesspool. His future, the cleansing fires of the forge. Turn away!
Leave him to burn in its flame!
Hephaestus, run!
Your potential is outweighed by your foolishness! A pity I have to balance the scales!
Hephaestus, come out! You're okay.
What is this? Such pain in his markings. Sorrow? Suffering?
Real art. I'd say you were trying to leave us a message.
Me? How makes it be there?
I think past you left a clue to recover your memory. Something Typhon couldn't decipher. Can you read any of it?
It's incomplete.
Hephaestus, you genius! It is missing a piece. Now, where did I put it? This isn't your signature, Hephaestus. It's the rest of the puzzle. Hammer, a forge's fire, the statue, and this box. Do you know what this is?
Of course, he did not know what it was, but in their possession was Pandora's box.
You dare to open this again? Chaining you to this rock was your justice for giving fire to mortals. Pandora's box was the mortals' justice.
So you forced your son Hephaestus to forge a box capable of unleashing every conceivable evil upon them? That's justice?
Hephaestus was happy to oblige. He knew what he was doing.
He did what he was ordered to do after you tortured him for his entire existence.
Don't you talk about my son!
Pandora acted with innocent curiosity by opening that box. You acted with vile contempt.
I gave them a warning, and look what happened! Mortals ravaged and defiled their world and each other. Clearly, the warning was not enough. It's finished now. They are stone, and Pandora's box was the beginning of the end.
So, first, we need a hammer.
Check.
Where did you... Never mind. I think past you is telling us we need to imbue that hammer with the power of the Forge's fire. Then, break through here.
That is so mean.
If I'm reading this right, your essence is underneath. But that's not all. I told you what this is.
That would be a box.
No. Well, yes. But also, it used to contain every kind of suffering. Enough suffering to fill the world. And you suffered, Hephaestus. A lot. Cast from Mount Olympus. Rejected. Alone. No matter how generous you were, no matter how hard-working, every god rejected you. Just because you were different. This box is the final clue. I think Typhon stole your suffering, and that's why you lost your memories.
So, to get my memories, to get my talent back.
I mean, feeling the pain that's been locked away.
Go.
Despite the extreme heat, Fenyx carried on undeterred, plunging the hammer of Hephaestus into the heart of the fire.
Prometheus, this is pushing it. No human could dream of holding that hammer.
Or holding your lightning. And yet, absorbing the power of the flames, the hammer came alive. And with it, Fenyx released the second of Hephaestus' blessings. With the hammer revived, and Hephaestus' suffering trapped below, all Fenyx had to do now was jump. Fenyx felt a chill in the air of the vault that was more than cold.
Ah, sorry, that's my new cologne. It's by Boreas, the North Wind.
I know, he's my cousin.
Oh, and he didn't even hook you up. Ice cold.
Mother, no! I can change! I'll be the son you want!
What the?
Just as you had packaged the torments of the world to so kindly give to humanity, Fenyx would trap Hephaestus' torments inside Pandora's box. His suffering, his torture inspirations.
My kid's an artist. What can I say?
From that flame, the malice inflicted upon Hephaestus emerged.
Malice? What malice? Hephaestus had it easy.
Well, you threw him off Mount Olympus, his mother rejected him, the gods mocked him, no one invited him to dinner, or if they did, they changed plans at the last minute.
I'm busy, Prometheus. It happens.
Forget your quest! Walk unburdened! Let Typhon take us. Undo the cruelty we have wreaked. I will live in the flame, and it will not consume me. Ares! How could you? I trusted you. Steropes! Brontes! I trusted you!
Strife, the darkest emotion that plagued Hephaestus, was trapped safely again in Pandora's box.
Strife? So his wife doesn't love him and he was forced into exile for years. That's not so bad. I'm married to Hera.
Take my past! Set me free! Please let me come home! I'll do anything! Anything! I will always be the disfigured god.
Despair emerged in the illuminated flame, and Fenyx was quick to return it to Pandora's box.
All the forges are lit. The air should be strong enough to carry me up now.
Look at Hephaestus. Someone like him, he should have just settled. He's the one who held Hera hostage, demanding Aphrodite's hand. I knew she would never touch him. She would be safe and unavailable. It was perfect, so I agreed. He brought despair on himself.
Its heft was heavy, as was Fenyx's worry. By retrieving these dark memories and returning them to Hephaestus, was he dooming him to misery? The question haunted him as he continued.
Mother! Father! Please stop! I'll behave! I promise! Please, Aphrodite. Just talk to me.
Can't we just walk this out? So cold all of a sudden. I almost feel sad.
Vengeance seethed, as did the rage that comes with it. You see, for every misdeed you put upon him, Hephaestus let his rage burn, channeling it into a force for good. His many creations.
Life was never going to be easy for the boy. I was trying to make him strong. I didn't realize how much I hurt him.
Malice, strife, despair, and vengeance merged, and together became Hephaestus' locked-away essence made whole.
Hephaestus, I'm back, and I have your essence. Hephaestus?
Fenyx hoped Hephaestus was at the Hall of the Gods.
You're here. When I came out of the vault, I thought something happened.
Something's always happening.
Something bad. How did you get here?
I might have helped. You made my winged helmet and sandals. I saved you and brought you here. So, you know, we're even.
He thinks we met before. Shh, just play along. Yes! Your sandals! I'm glad you like your sandals!
Oh, I tried. Did you find his essence?
You sure you're ready for this?
Nothing bad has ever happened ever. Why would it start now?
Father of invention, lend me your sword, your spear, your arrow. Transform the darkness to light our way.
Welcome back, old friend.
You okay, big guy?
I remember everything.
Give it time. There's one thing I still don't understand. With no memory, how did you leave clues leading to Typhon's vault?
Not Typhon's. Mine. I suffered so long, I was so tired. Before Typhon came, I used Pandora's box many times to trap my inner torments in that vault. I had a system. I created the clues so I could find my way back. Typhon found me defenseless. I let that monster turn me into one of my automatons. I even enjoyed it.
Because automatons feel nothing at all. But your clues, you should have been able to retrieve your own essence.
Steropis and Brontes, my assistants, double-crossed me. They took the first clue, the one directing me to light the forge fires, and burned it.
No, there's nothing more evil than irony.
In doing so, they made sure my prison was permanent.
I know those names. Each is a legendary Cyclops. If I find them, I will make sure they pay for what they did.
Good. They stole armor I'd been forging. Consider it yours. And, speaking of payment, I at least owe this much. You're going to need it for what we must do next. We're going to steal something.
Oh, yes!
To protect hope from the clumsiness and sorrow of mortals, Zeus hid its fragile form somewhere near my forge. There, behind the locked door, hope waits. We must release it.
If we're talking heist, I'm interested.
I hid the key in the northeast of the Forge Lands, in a shrine.
Let me guess, under the mat? The best place to hide something.
But even if I can steal the key and find the hidden chamber near the forge, how do we release hope?
Together. That box is now ready for its task. May the light of 1,000 forges guide your way.